All right, everybody. What we're going to do today is we're going to take the concept of think, and I'm just going to review that very shortly. And then we're going to be creating a poster using one of the graphic design programs we have already learned how to use. In this instance, we'll just go over think. Think is a question to ask yourself before you post anything online, before you say anything to anybody. This would be a great piece of help, I believe. Is it true? Number one, is what you're saying true? If it's not true, probably shouldn't say it. Number two, H, is it helpful? Is what I'm saying going to help someone in some way? Number three, I, is it inspiring? Is what I'm saying going to encourage someone in some way to be better? And is it necessary? Sometimes there's things that you can say that are true that just aren't necessary. You don't need to say them. The last one, K for kind, is what you're saying kind? Is it coming from a place where you're trying to help somebody and not from a place where you're trying to hurt somebody? So there you go. That's the basic concept of think. Now, for this assignment, we've got basic information here, but it must include the think motto must be on the poster. This has to be on the poster somewhere. It should look different for everybody. Everyone should make it in their own way. You could change the font of all the letters here and then make this part different, change the color, have custom texture on the background. So I want a custom texture in the background. I'm going to give you an example of that. So for example, I might just write custom textures into Google here. And I'm going to go to images. And I see these custom textures. Now I'm going to give you, now some of these you can see like they're Minecraft. I'm going to go custom texture background. And then I'm going to say a color. I'm going to say yellow. And I'm going to get these kind of cool, oh, I like that. So here's a background. So I'm going to right click and copy image. Now I would set the size of your image first in the program. So it says size can be 1920 by 1080, 1080 by 1920. So it can be widescreen, it could be tall like Instagram, or it can be a square. So if I go to Pixlr here, all right, I'm going to open up Pixlr, and I'm going to go create new, and I'm going to set my size. Maybe I'm going to do a square. So I'm going to do 1080 by 1080. And then I'm going to say create. And that's going to give me my new thing. Now, when I paste this, that picture is too small. Now I can drag it to the corners. And if it doesn't look horrible, then that's a good way to do it. If it looks pixely, you might want to consider doing a different, it looks okay. So then I want you to start with a custom textured background. Okay, so every image should have that. And it doesn't have to be just that. That's just one way. Save your sketchpad and PNG of your final image. You must save it. We've already talked about how to save. File, save, and then you're going to save it. And Pixlr and Sketchpad.io auto save, but just to be safe, you should save the project file. And I want to just show you what the project file is. When you go to File, Save right here, in Pixlr, the project file is the PXD. The PXD is the thing that saves all your layers. So if you have like a picture layer, which you are going to have, a text layer, this will save all your layers together. When you save it as a PNG, a JPEG, or a WebP, it combines all your layers. So you don't want that, okay? And by the way, here's what your final poster is going to have a look like one of these. So it's got the text, it's got an image that goes with it. It has a custom background. So you have to find all of these elements and put them together yourself. So you are choosing all the different pieces that are going to go into it. You're going to make your own custom font. You are going to find an image or draw an image. And then you're going to combine them to make a poster that demonstrates and talks about the think concept. Last thing, let's see, it's got to show good contrast. It's got to be readable. Do include your name maybe in small print on the bottom right-hand corner or somewhere. Must include at least one transparent PNG. So it's got to have like a little, like a person or an object or something that would go along with the idea of think. At least one of those concepts. Must include at least one transparent. Spelling counts. It's very important that you spell these words correctly. And they're there, you can copy and paste and put them in. But any other language that you add, you need to check the spelling, okay? So that is the basic assignment. And there will be a Google Classroom assignment that's called week 21, day 1, where you can turn this in. So if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments or ask me. You can use, again, I'm going to put a link for sketch.io. Oh, and let me, I'm just going to show you in sketch.io also, sketchpad.io. When you save, I'm going to just make something. Okay. I don't know what I just drew. That really isn't very much of a color, but let me click on this. Fill purple. There we go. Now we can, whatever tool feature we're using, kind of interesting. I'm going to go to the export button here. And when you save, you want to download, while you're working on this, you want to download Sketchpad and save it. When you're done, I always like to save that first and then save it again. You will turn in a PNG for both programs, either program you use. If you use Sketchpad, you'll turn in a PNG. If you use Pixlr, you'll turn in a PNG. But you should save this Sketchpad assignment because that will make your thing work better. Okay, I hope that's helped. I hope you understand what you're doing. Week 20, day 1, the think assignment. That's your task. You have until a couple days from now, and I think it's probably listed in class. I think when this is shown the first time, it's due Wednesday by 8 p.m. And you should be working on it in class. You should be able to finish this in class, but if you can't, you will have time. I will post some other video links down here, like how to add transparent images, so that you have access to that in case you don't understand. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.